Oh yeah, it's another beautiful day at Universal Studios Hollywood. Not too hot, which is really good. I was expecting it to be a little bit warmer, but no, it is nice and we have a breeze. It's perfect. Hello everyone, my name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into another theme park obsession video. Yeah, today we're hanging out at Universal Studios to check up on Fast and the Furious and of course Halloween Horror Nights. So how about you and I dive right in? And with the power of editing, we've made it in the park. Not too crazy up here in the upper lot, but let's check the wait times. And honestly, besides Mario Kart and I think The Simpsons, not too bad. 20 minutes for Flight of the Hippogriff. Ollivander's only a 15-minute wait. And we got 30 minutes for the studio tour, 25 for Despicable Me, 25 for Harry Potter. Yeah, not too shabby in the park today on a Sunday. Like I always say, sometimes the weekends are a lot less busy than the weekdays. What ends up happening is people think that Sunday is gonna be super packed, so they all come on Monday. So I guarantee tomorrow is gonna be a lot more busy. Now, there still aren't any fire towers just yet for HHN, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they pop up here in the next few weeks, as well as some of the show lighting for the event. And because of the Super Nintendo World Cafe, I don't think they're gonna be put up where they usually go. I think they're gonna be further back over here. But we're gonna find out here very, very soon because there's only about 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks left until it opens up to the public, which is crazy to think about. And since I'm over here at the plaza, I just wanted to mention there's only a few days left to enjoy all the 60th anniversary studio tour festivities here at the park. So the food, the specialty photo ops, and of course, that segment on the tram where you step off the tram and walk backlot sets. And then after August 11th, Universal Studios transitions into Halloween Horror Nights because then that event opens up on September 5th. Moving on though to the Fast and the Furious project, so much has happened since my last visit, roughly 8 or 9 days ago. They've put up a lot of this, which looks to be the brake section. A lot more of those motors have popped up for the drive tires that will propel the train to the next section, which will be the load and unload area. At least that's what we're assuming. Now on the hillside, it doesn't look like any new support columns have popped up or pieces of track, but off to the left, you can see that they are preparing to pour concrete very, very soon, which is very exciting. So hopefully in the next few weeks, we're gonna see some support columns right there. But I think the next batch will go right down there closest to the Timeline Road, and maybe over on the other end where the coaster does its turnaround and makes its way back up to the hill and eventually to the brake run. You could also see off in the distance that crews have been making some significant progress on the show building or maintenance shed for the coaster. And before you know it, with the speed that they're currently working at, I wouldn't be surprised if some more pieces of steel go vertical closest to the right-hand side. You know, as you're working your way towards French Street, that'll all probably go up here in the next few weeks. Overall, the pace is great. They've been putting up so much in just a short period of time. I can't wait for them to put in some track pieces right here. These columns have been up for quite some time now. Well, not quite some time, again, in a few weeks, but I just can't wait to see the track because I want to see the final profiling here in like the heart of the layout. Here's a closer look here in the upper deck. Yeah, it's all kind of looking the same over here, but from a slightly different angle, you can see more bits of that show building or maintenance shed they are building. But let's go ahead and move on to the next thing, which is the studio tour. We'll get a better view of the coaster from that angle and some of the Halloween Horror Nights haunted houses. I just finished up with the tram and we're gonna dive right into it. Starting off with the Fast and the Furious roller coaster. Really good looks going down the timeline, the movie timeline section of the tour, which is the very beginning. Again, those support columns are massive in person. You know, they're huge on video and all of you guys are watching at home, but when you're right next to them, it's something else. It's really impressive. And another really good view of the brake run area as well. Next up though, the Halloween Horror Nights haunted house being built right behind Transformers. That one is looking really, really good, and a lot of show lighting is starting to appear on the facade and some set dressing out front as well. And recently that one was just announced officially. That one is called the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Legacy of Leatherface. John Murdy, who is the creative director of Halloween Horror Nights, announced this haunted house at Midsummer Scream, and I think this is going to be a crowd favorite. It doesn't just cover the 1974 film, it covers all of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films, so we're going to see all kinds of different versions of Leatherface in this haunted house. It's like a multiverse haunted house, and that's actually a really cool idea. I think this haunted house is going to be pretty scary. I think it's going to be very gory. It's probably going to smell really bad, and it's just going to be very intense. I mean, the first half of the haunted house is apparently this slaughterhouse that you're making your way through. That's what John Murdy was talking about at the Midsummer Scream panel, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Backtracking just a little bit, I also got a slight view of inside the old Voice soundstage where they're building another Halloween Horror Nights haunted house. That one is going to be the classic Universal Monsters haunted house this year. The official name of that classic Universal Monsters haunted house is Eternal Bloodlines. And what's really cool about this one is it's an all-female classic Universal Monsters house. First time ever that they've done this. And of course, Slash is coming back to do the music for this one. Moving on to the Terror Tram, which hasn't officially been announced yet as far as the theme. We know it's coming back, but we just don't know the theme. They are starting to do some work on it because they only have a few more weeks to set all this stuff up and get it ready for guests. Some of the character hiding spots are being set up at the War of the Worlds, and it looks like they're building a house facade near the plane crash set, so that's pretty interesting. No other structures have gone up just yet, but I would assume once the studio tour concludes its 60th anniversary celebration, they'll go ahead and load in all of the Halloween Horror Night stuff. And I think they'll only have like maybe 2.5 or 3 weeks to set all that stuff up. So they might be setting all that stuff up off-site somewhere and then just load it in once the 60th anniversary celebration is over. And then at the end of the studio tour, the really quick glimpse that I can get for the other Halloween Horror Nights haunted houses at the Surface Lot next to Curious George, which have both been announced, the Ghostbusters attraction and also Insidious, the Further attraction. It looks like everything's pretty much done on the outside, and they've even started installing the show lighting and just like kind of the safety lighting that they have over there at the Surface Lot. Overall, really good progress this week. And yeah, I mean, it's opening up so soon. I cannot wait to see everything as a finished product. I can't wait to walk through all the haunted houses. I'm really looking forward to this year. And since I'm on the subject of Halloween Horror Nights, really quick before we move on, a lot of people have been asking me if I'm working the event this year. And the answer to that question is yes. I got hired to work Halloween Horror Nights for the 2024 season. It's my 11th year doing it, if you can believe that. And like every year, I'm super grateful that they picked me once again to work it. I'm so glad I could be a part of the 2024 season. I had a blast last year and the year before that and all the other years that I've done it. And the first year I did Halloween Horror Nights was in 2011. Now, like in previous years, I will not release any sort of information when it comes to behind the scenes stuff or my character. I will not reveal that. It'll all remain a mystery until after the season is over. So for those that are wondering what I'm playing this year, well, you're gonna have to wait until November. What I can tell you about Halloween Horror Nights is that this facade is absolutely stunning. The walls have been taken down, as you can see, revealing the nearly finished look. You can see that they did install some lighting there. I was wondering what those holes were, and I had a guess that they might be for lighting or audio, and turns out, yeah, they were for some lighting. We also have some audio right here in the windows. But huge shout out to the designers and then the scenic team that puts all this stuff together, because OMG, they knocked it out of the park once again on the Monstros facade. This is Monstros 2, by the way, for those that are not sure what's going on here. Monstros 2, the Nightmares of Latin America. There's so many little details. I love the tree over there with the dolls hanging down from the tree. It might be a little nod to El Cucuy, who is featured in this haunted house. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other little Easter eggs scattered throughout. I can't wait to see this one. This one I think is like one of my top right here. Monstros 2 and I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre up there. It's my most anticipated. But with that, let's go ahead and move back to the roller coaster, and then we're gonna slowly wrap things up by checking out some Universal Studios merchandise. Here's a view next to the escalator. Yeah, nothing too crazy going on this week. They're still prepping the retaining wall here for some concrete. But look at this on the other side. So much work continues to happen. And again, up here, going vertical with that show building and maintenance bay. And also this piece of track that's in front of us right here, the LSM launch fins have been applied. So yeah, we're getting one step closer. Yeah, those fins will propel the train from zero to whatever into the first element and through the rest of the course. And I'm sure the coaster will get faster and faster and faster as it traverses. But yeah, our first signs of the LSMs are right up here at the top deck. But as I'm kind of looking around, look at this right up here, right below the launch section where the LSMs are, there's a curved piece of track. So we might see that piece go in here in the next day or two. It might happen this week. There's no doubt. If it's already being staged right there, oh yeah, that bad boy's going in. And I do wonder if there are more pieces staged underneath that launch section. There could be a couple pieces. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that there is, because I'd love to see some more track go vertical. Not really sure where this piece of track is gonna go. It could go, you know, in the main part of the layout, or it could go next to the escalator. You never know. I'll for sure be keeping an eye on it. I might come back here in the next couple days to check up on that, because if they do put up a bunch of new supports and track, yeah, I really want to document that, because it's just so much fun to watch this coaster be built. Made it into the Universal Studios store to check up on some of the Halloween Horror Nights merchandise. They do have this Insidious shirt, Insidious the Further. Yeah, this one might be another crowd favorite. 33 bajillion, and they also have an Insidious candle available. You know me, I love the candles, but I'm not really a fan of this one. This one just kind of smells like soap. And look at this, we have some more HHN merchandise. This t-shirt is kind of new. I don't remember this. We have a little boo right there on the front. Love the design. That's kind of cool with the spider at the top. We got some stickers available. Love all the skulls this year. Little boo's not on this one. That's pretty interesting. Also have some buttons if you want those. We got, wow, this is pretty legit. This is heavy. What is this? This is just like a little stand. Acrylic standing sign. There you go. That is a mystery oh no, it's 25 billion. And then we have like a little ornament thing with little boo on the front. Halloween Horror Nights 2024. Nothing on the back. $20 for that. And if you're running low on coasters for your coffee table, well, they have a new one out. Actually kind of like the purple coloring here. Now they still have all of the 60th anniversary merchandise available. This will not leave until after August 11th. And I think that's when they'll set the Halloween stuff. So like the rest of the Halloween Horror Nights drop will be available. And of course I'll have a merch video for that. Now that's pretty much all the excitement happening in the theme park right now. Let's continue our journey through CityWalk because there's a few updates there. First up for the CityWalk news, walls have gone up near Buca di Beppo around the former Samba location. Wondering what this is going to be. Will it be some more shopping or will it be a new dining concept? Guess we're going to be keeping an eye on it. Super excited about this. Also, near the front of CityWalk, closest to the park's entrance, a new Hello Kitty cafe is going in, and I think this is going to be incredibly popular. OMG. I think the curse will be broken for that spot because it seems like every single thing that Universal puts in that spot where like the chicken place was and the previous quick service places were, it doesn't really do too well. So I think with this, I think the tables will finally be turned. The Hello Kitty thing will be popular. And with that, I think that is gonna do it for today's Universal Studios Hollywood video. That was a fun day. Had a great time riding the studio tour and of course checking up on all the Halloween Horror Night stuff and the Fast and the Furious project. Also really glad that I can finally reveal that I'm working HHN again, but nothing beyond that. I'm gonna keep everything a mystery until November. Once November rolls around and the event has officially concluded, I'll show off my character like I have in the previous years. But yeah, don't try to get it out of me. I'm not gonna tell you. The only thing that I will say is that you should come to the event this year. It's gonna be a blast. If you haven't already purchased your tickets, those are actually on sale right now. I'll leave the link down below in the description. And I'll also talk about tickets in the Halloween Horror Nights survival guide that I do every single year. I go through everything. So if you're not really sure how to navigate the event, just stay tuned for that video. Don't forget to smash the like button on this video if you did enjoy it. And if you want even more theme park content, I'll leave my Instagram account and X account down below in the description. Those links will be there. And if you want to help out the channel even more, you can do so by hitting the super thanks button. I'm also going to be back at the park here in the next couple days to check up on the coaster because I do have a feeling they're going to start putting some track up because it's staged right there. So I'll be back in a couple days to have another Universal update that's mainly focusing on the coaster. But until that video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is, and I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.